With a troubled financial economy, concerns over health care, and people losing their jobs daily, Americans are no doubt searching for answers. And Governor Deval Patrick was in Needham on June 19th to take part in an event which allowed citizens to ask the governor questions on a range of topics.
I think we have to keep checking in with you. And we have to have you hold us accountable and be active citizens if we're actually going to deliver on an agenda that makes a difference. Not just for tomorrow's headlines, but for the lives that are changed the day after tomorrow.
As the governor embarks on a series of town hall meetings throughout the Commonwealth this summer, it's an opportunity for him to listen to some of the concerns of the voters, as well as a chance to answer some difficult questions.
What I want to ask you, Governor, is will you veto any bill for slot machine parlors? And will you abandon your plans for casinos?
And I was wondering if there's any chance we could take even stronger steps than we have in Massachusetts to limit our climate emissions, and what you think about that.
I guess my question for you is, how can the Commonwealth justify taking away a program like Charles River from children like my daughter?
My name is Marion King. I'm a resident of Westwood. I'm also a member of the nonprofit group SpedWatch, which is working to secure the educational rights of students with disabilities. These students have their basic educational rights violated on a daily basis by school districts across the Commonwealth. SpedWatch has repeatedly brought this to the attention of your office, Secretary Revelle, Commissioner Chester, Special Education Director Marcia Mitnott, and other public officials. Not one of these people has responded to help these children. On June 1st, the federal government cited Massachusetts yet again for failing to fully meet its legal obligations to these children. That was the 11th such citation in 19 years. And now federal authorities are threatening to withhold 20 to 50% of our federal special education funding if this non-compliance continues. You said in a recent press conference about ethics reform legislation that your administration is committed to restoring the public trust. Can you tell me when Massachusetts will commit to restoring the trust of the children who are routinely deprived of their educational rights?
I don't want anybody here to have the misimpression we have not responded to the letters or the calls or the communications, because that is not true. What you have not gotten is the answer that you have wanted. And some of the enforcement issues go beyond the state level. They involve local communities, because that's where most of the application of special ed is done. And that's why I say there are some financial issues. They're not the only issues, but there are some financial issues because of the pressures on cities and towns. But we'll take the meeting. Paul has taken it, but I'll take it too.
I appreciate that, sir.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
You and the governor had a vocal exchange this evening.
Yes.
Very civil. Did he answer your questions?
What he said was that I was not getting the answer that I wanted, which is, when will compliance happen? And he's right, I didn't get the answer that I wanted. I think that when somebody from the federal government comes along and says, we're going to cut your federal funding for special education by 40%, he's going to be paying attention to compliance. And I'm hoping that it doesn't have to get that far. I'm hoping that he can look at compliance as an issue that we need to be proactive about, not reactive, because the children are waiting.
I also had the opportunity to ask the governor some questions about the local economy. Sir, as we look around Needham Center here, there's no less than 12 privately owned businesses which make up a central part of Needham's economy. What's your message to them, sir, in these struggling economic times as they try to sustain a payroll as well as keep the doors open for revenue to come into the businesses?
Hang in, because we have great economic bones, and we have a wonderful community here in Needham, as we do all around the Commonwealth, of people who are committed to our future, and in many cases who are as optimistic about our future as I am.
For more information on the governor's town hall meetings, you can visit mass.gov/governor/town hall. Reporting from Needham Town Common, I'm Joe McGinty for the Needham Channel News.